Nice to meet you all once again. And today we are going to see three things about animators, as beautifully explained by our host, Father Joseph Justice. One is what is to be an animator. Second, who all can be animators. Then, what has to be done by an animator. These are the three things we will be seeing. And what is to be an animator? It's a very interesting thing to know. Animator means a person who gives life to people, life to communities, life to work, life to anything. For example, when we say give to life, to make things active, to make things happen, energize things that things will come alive. And when we say animator, animate, if you see the literal meaning of animation, animate, if we can go and see the dictionary later, we'll say giving life. So when we say animations, we have seen a lot of people now, these animation pictures. There are certain pictures which are given life to, which moves and sings and dances and all. So that is what animate means. That means if I am an animator, I am going to give life to make things active. I'm going to make things happen and all that. So an animator is one, it's not a job. It's not a profession, but it is much more than that. That is done with a real love and passion. Only when you do anything of your work with love and passion, which brings a positive result, then we can call ourselves animators. Otherwise, we will be professionals. We will be doing our job. So, animator means something more than doing a particular job. So here we use very intentionally the term animator, not as a staff or as a field worker or something like that, because this means more than what field worker or a staff mean. That's why from the beginning we've been using the term animator in children's parliament work or youth parliament work or people's parliament work. We always call them as animators. Now, who all can be the animators? Anyone who is interested for a change. It could be in self, it could be in the families, it could be in the neighborhood, it could be in the society in a larger sense, or it could be in politics or anywhere. Whoever wants a change in the way what is going on to be a better way, then he is an animator. And he gives lives to things in which he works. He thinks it is all, stagnant now, or it is going on a different direction. So that person takes that thing into the right direction to move in the right way, the positive way. So here, who can be? Anyone who is interested in a change. Suppose somebody feels that, something is going wrong here in my city or in my country or in my society or in my neighborhood, then he can be an animator to ensure that things are in the right direction. Things are put back to life. And in this context, in our context of children's parliament, anyone who wants to bring a change the way the world moves today is an animator. We know In the name of education, what is going on? The stress the children go through. So I remember I went to visit a village in Indore. I was told about that village. I went there. And when I went there, I saw young children in that village, roaming around, and it's a created village next to a traditional village. Then I saw these children, very young children, 8 years, 9 years, 6 years, 7 years, roaming around. And I was asking that host who was taking me around that village, what happened? The children are going to school. They are not going to school. He laughed and said, going to school? For what? He said, I was surprised. Because those people, those who have built that village, those who have created that village are highly educated people. They were once well-employed people, and they have left everything and come here and settled. He said, study for what? I was very much disturbed the way he asked me the question. No, children need to be educated. He said, education for what? He started asking me the question, for what? For what? Then I was really disturbed. I said, I don't have answer for you, but see, they have to get educated. Then only they can get a very good future, employment, that and this. And employment for what? He asked, employment for what? No, to have, a comfortable life and all that. But I don't think that we have a life without any comforts here. All of us live a very comfortable life. Then what happens to their future? This is their future. They have to live their happy life, and they are living a happy life. So what I want to say is, there are lots of people thinking a different way. And I had visited again that village to learn more about it, and perhaps in a different occasion, I can share a lot of that experience with you all. But now, what I want to say here is, in the name of education, the children are so much pressurized, so much strained, so much stressed. And every year, the children committing suicide in India, the number is keeping on increasing because of this pressure. And in this situation, a person who comes to work on this, where we can give a real life to the children, life to the childhood. How stressed they are. All the children, most of them, they lose their childhood. Without living their childhood, they just live. And they go through such a lot of schedule the whole day. Really, I say I should never be born again as a child. Such a stressing life. And this animator now gives life to that children. That type of children, those who have been stressed to a very high extent. In the name of studies, in the name of that, in the name of this, and so many things. If people ask me what is my stand about children being stressed on in the name of education, I will say no, they should not be stressed at all. Education has to be there, where the education makes the children into holistic human being, not employment machines. Machines to be employed, robots to be employed. Much more than that, because people have to live a joyful life. And getting employment and making money is not going to make anyone happy. That's my experience also. That's something beyond. And here the animator gives a real life to children. That's what we mean when we say animators in context with Children's Parliament. And who all can be an animator? You, me, anyone who is worried about the system, who is worried about the way the things are moving, people, those who are so much worried about the social condition, the economical condition, or any conditions the people go through, or the difficulties people go through, the deficiencies the people go through, the sufferings that people go through. Anyone who is worried about it and who wants to give life back to people, children, youth, or people, can be an animator. So to be an animator, we need not be a very expert. No, it is not that. A pure care and concern for people is enough to be a successful animator. A person who can really care for others, a person who can really love others with the real positive, selfless motives, that person can be an animator. And here, the animators are trained to a very great extent. It is not that, anyone can be animator, but it has to be bringing a positive impact to the people with whom they work. So giving life to people doesn't just mean it's a materialistic part of it. No, there is more to that. That's why I used to say in my seminars, suppose a person who works as an animator does not have that care and concern, pure love for the children, cannot do it successfully. If you take it as a job, then your work here will not be successful. So the animator has to learn a lot of things, sacrifice a lot of things, and go through a process of individual transformation, so that the real life can be given to the people with whom they work. So to be selfless, to be sacrificing, is not so easy, but an animator, a real animator, does that. We have seen animators. Just about half an hour back, I received a success story from Madhya Pradesh, one of the parliaments. They have sent me the photos and they have sent me the beautiful story which they have done. And the children parliament does that successfully because of the animator. The animator is the one who trains the children. The animator is the one who guides the children. The animator is the one who leads the children in a right way of thinking, right way of approaches. They train them on the right attitudes, right character forming, and all that. So it is not, it is not that we have certain way of doing things and certain things to be taught to the children, and they teach and they go off. No, they become part of the children parliament. They really become part of the children parliament. And I know some of the animators, they have just come out of all their egos. The way they work with children, really wonderful. I used to say this, but I have seen many animators to be more than a mother to a child when they deal with children parliaments. And when we see, I used to quote this particular thing because it is bit, it may not be relevant these days, but it is relevant in certain communities. We've been working with communities where children, after coming of the age, a particular, reaching the age, they will be let out as sex workers. There are communities. It is their profession. That is their traditional profession. That girls, when they come of age, immediately it will be announced in their own areas, and anyone can come to their house and have sex with the children and go. And in those areas also, we have started children parliaments. Now, after a long time, such a lot of struggle, the animators were working in their communities. And when the animators were going to those communities, they were threatened. Some of them were beaten up by the people. Those were making use of these small young girls for sex, for their benefit, for their business. So when our animators went there, they were beaten up. They were threatened. Even the parents were against the animators. So here, the animators went out all the way. They really sacrificed themselves. And in some cases, I would say some of them, they sacrificed their lives to bring a change there. And after almost 12 years now, they started in 2008. Now, 12 years, the whole community has changed. The whole community has changed, that they have stopped their traditional profession of letting out the children for sex. They completely stopped. 2 years back, when I had gone there to see the change, I was really surprised. The whole community, traditionally they have been doing that. That is their traditional occupation of those particular community. When I saw that 2 years back, the whole thing has changed. I was really surprised what the animators can bring. It is because of these animators who could sacrifice their lives, being beaten and threatened, and still they went on with all their sufferings to ensure that children have to be saved from this sex trade through this children parliament. Let the children themselves have the voice. And such a lot of sacrifice is required to bring a change, to bring life to the community. And that's what animator is we mean. And there are certain communities, they are robbers. I visited the village. The whole village is traditionally, they are robbers. What their occupation is, with all the children and all, they go by family to various places where there is crowd and celebrations and festivals and that and this, and they rob. That is their professional work. And they don't know anything else. Robbing is the thing. And when I visited that village about 9 years back, for the first time, I was told about, then I told the animators, please start children's parliament in this village. Here we have to bring. And the people were, moving from one place to one place, and very rarely they come back to their village. It's a settlement actually. They don't own anything there. Only they got a little houses and all. So the animators told me that it may be difficult there because people do not permanently live. I said, doesn't matter. Let us, as long as they are there, we will start working there. And I visited a number of, I went there to a number of times. I made a number of visits to ensure that things happen properly. And now the whole village has stopped their traditional occupation of robbery. And they are trained, of course, with animators, with external other help, governmental help and NGOs help. They brought, self-employment schemes for those people and the employment schemes and all that. Now the whole thing has changed. And what I mean to say is, when the animators are really, really life-giving, and they go extra mile to sacrifice their own life, their own egos, their own expectations, then they really bring life to people. And that's what we want in our children's parliament context. And when I see those children, I really get excited. And the success story I was talking to you today, that animator's name is Nandini. I know her because I have trained her 4 times, 5 times. And that in one of in their parliament, there is a child who is completely disabled and completely 100% immobile, and that child is also part of the parliament. And they had decided about few months back to collect money, the children parliament, to collect money to buy a wheelchair for that member. And now they have bought and they have given a wheelchair. Who? Children parliament itself. They collected the money, they bought the wheelchair for their own member. And that member is also a minister in that parliament. And I saw the photos which was sent to me. The way the children were so happy to offer this wheelchair to one of their members, and that child's happiness, the joy, the way that the child is sitting in that wheelchair, for the first time the child moves on its own, a boy. How wonderful it is. And this life is given by that animator. That animator gives such a lot of training to the children to care for others. You know, children caring for others. How wonderful it is. And here in Chennai, we have seen many of these children parliaments helping the beggars on the roads, giving them food, putting them back into government shelters, offering them clothes in the winter season. We've been seeing a lot of things, which means giving life to somebody. And not only an animator, he gives life to somebody, but he makes children parliament to give life to others. That's how the animator works. And I used to say this during my seminar, to what extent the animator has to go. Because we more or less have this attitude, you know, training, as we know something, that we train and we give something and the people receive from us. It is not only the material, giving material and receiving material, even giving the knowledge, giving the ideas. So we are always, the animators feel, you know, they are on the upper hand, and the receivers all, no, that is a wrong approach. Always the animator has an idea of sharing of ideas. They believe that that person shares ideas with somebody who wants to have that sharing. So the animator in Children's Parliament shares the ideas, the knowledge, the information, the wisdom, whatever that person has gained, with others. It is not giving that somebody else is taking. And to have that, this person, this animator, has to be how outgoing. I used to say this, that is like, suppose if you find a child with a running nose coming to your meeting, and a child with a running nose, nowadays it is not seen. But in some obscure places, in obscure slums, obscure rural areas, still children are there. They don't have water to take bath every day. So they don't have water to wash their face every now and then, as the children in the developed society have. So you may have a child coming like that. So how do you approach the child? How do you approach the child? Some may say, I will tell the child to go and wash the face and come. Or the child is coming straight away from the work, the whole face is with some dirt, fully not washed. So what do you say when you see the child? Some say, I tell the child to go and wash the face and come. And different people give different answer. So I tell them, The moment you tell the child to go and wash your face and come, the child understands this way. That is, my face is dirty. I am dirty. That's why this sister or this brother or this uncle or this teacher tells me to go and wash my face. That is idea gets into the mind of the child. Then what to deal? How to deal? Once the child feels that I am dirty, and when that gets into the head of the child, it breaks the child. Some way or other, at some point of time or other. Because we may say, no, I have not done anything wrong. I just say, tell the child, go and wash your face and come. What is wrong in that? Because we don't know what is behind the words what we speak. We never told the child that you are dirty. But when you tell the child that you are dirty, I mean, you go and wash your face, we mean to say that you are dirty. And the child understands that very beautifully. And that gets into the head of the child. Then how to deal with the child? Tell the child, you was beautiful. You were so handsome. And take the child on your lap. And of course, nowadays taking a child on a lap is a very, very risky thing, and there is a lot of child protection policies coming, and how to touch a child and not to touch a child. There are so many things connected to that. But if your touch is with a real care and concern and love, pure love for the child, your touch will not be misunderstood. Every child can understand the touch. Don't think children are children, they don't know what a touch is, how to take the touch, positively or negatively. Every child knows that. They know if you are touched with a wrong intention, the child will know that. The child will feel that you are touching the child with a wrong intention. But if you touch a child with a right intention, the child also will know that you touch the child with a real care and concern and love and with the right intention. The child knows that. So you take the pallu or take your handkerchief and wipe the face of the child, clean the nose of the child, and after doing that you say, now you look more beautiful. Earlier you said, you are beautiful. Now after cleaning the child face or nose, you say, now you look more beautiful. And when you say the child that you look beautiful, you are beautiful, that positive things gets into the child. And that makes the child. If you break the child with a negative thing, you can never make the child back, bring the child back. It will be always there in the mind. But if you positively use positive words, positive things, the child comes back to life. That mind is, fired with the positive energy, positive things. And animator's work is that. And any one of us is an animator who can animate in our own working place, in our own school, as a teacher to the children whom we teach, as anyone, a guide, a trainer, a life coach, and there are so many names we give for the trainers and these days nowadays, anyone. And when you give that life to others, then you are an animator. And in Children's Parliament, definitely we are dealing with children with blood, flesh, bones, and emotions and intellectuals and wisdom. Please don't underestimate any child whatsoever. The child may not respond to you. The child may not tell you, but the child knows your intention. The child can read very well the smile what you give to the child. The child can read every word what you speak to that child. The child can read the look you give to the child. The child can read the meaning of your touch to the child. Children are more intelligent to feel all this. And so, then imagine how we have to be, the animators have to be, with extra, caregiving and loving. And that's how we go about. And in our particular context of neighborhood parliament, I mean children parliament and youth parliament, we animators do the works of training them, do the work of guiding them, do the work of leading them. And it's because of the animators, we always say it all depends on the Prime Minister, on the success of the parliament. But the person behind all this success is the real animator who does this animation to that, who train the children and lead the children and guide the children with all positive and good thoughts and good deeds and good thinkings, good actions. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. And I thought of giving little more time for the question, because each time we have very little time for the questions. So a teacher, a field worker, or any volunteer is an animator, and these are the works to be done. And if there is any specific questions you have, please ask me.